Start the clock. Member for Waterloo.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Premier. Young children and their families should not have to fight the Premier of this province just to make sure that every child is supported in our classrooms. So why is this Premier forcing families to launch legal challenges just to ensure that the human rights of our kids are protected this September?
Premier.
Mr. Speaker, we're going to have the most robust consultation this province has ever seen. We're going to go to all 124 ridings. And do you know what's really ironic, Mr. Speaker? I'm going to go into some of these ridings that people in their ridings are dead against this sex ed. They're dead against our kids failing math. And there's actually people that were elected in certain areas that I know personally. Brampton, for example. My friend over in Brampton, they know, both candidates know from Brampton how their people feel in Brampton. They're dead against it. So we're going to pay Brampton a visit. We'll go pay Scarborough a visit and see what their parents actually think. Because I know what their parents think. They're dead against it. They want to be consulted. They're actually keeping their kids out of school.
Supplementary.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, I want you to know that the people in Waterloo, they care about consent, and they care about the safety of the kids in our schools. Every day, Mr. Speaker, more and more people are speaking out against the Premier's dangerous plan to drag students back to 1998. 26 school boards, 30 school boards now have issued statements of concern. They're taking a stand, and I'm very proud of those school boards. Also, 1,800 healthcare professionals say the Premier's plan puts children at risk. And now the Premier is facing legal action from the families of children who will be harmed by your actions. Why is this Premier not interested in protecting the health and the human rights of all Ontario students?
Premier.
Mr. Speaker, through you, do you know what puts our children at risk? Is when we don't consult their parents. That's what puts the children at risk. What puts our children at risk is when we don't consult with the parents and we listen to a bunch of politicians, we listen to a bunch of activists. That's what puts our children at risk. What we should be doing is consulting with the parents that we're going to do right across 124 ridings. We're going to reach out to the parents. We're going to actually reach out to the experts. We're going to reach out to anyone that's involved, even the teachers. I know the leader, I know they don't. I know they don't believe in reaching out to teachers.
No, they don't.
Because I talk to teachers throughout the campaign. They don't agree with the curriculum. They don't agree with the math curriculum. They don't agree with the sex ed curriculum. They don't agree.
Thank you. Member, Premier will take a seat. Stop the clock. Start the clock. Final supplementary.
Thank you very much. What I would like to say to this Premier is that this issue is so important. It's too important to play politics with, Mr. Speaker.
Government side, please come to order.
According to one parent, having...
Apologize. Stop the clock. The government side has to come to order. I have to be able to hear the member asking the question. Restart the clock. Member for Waterloo.
Thank you very much. According to one parent, having the 2015 curriculum at her child's school taught him to have a voice and to acknowledge that there's nothing wrong with him. But the Premier's plan to scrap the health curriculum and erase same-sex families, gender identity, and consent from Ontario's classrooms, this will hurt students across Ontario. Why is this Premier sacrificing the human rights of students just to return a political favour to his socially conservative friends?
Through you, Mr. Speaker, I don't remember ever saying anything that the other members said we were saying on the campaign. It's fear-mongering. Yep. They try to put fear into the people of Ontario, the students of Ontario. And,
Shameful.
and is it the same parents, only 1,600 people were consulted? Over 14 million people are in this province, 1,600 people were consulted. The numbers are fudged, something is wrong here. But I can promise you one thing, Mr. Speaker, we're going to be traveling around this province, we're going to hear from the parents, we're going to hear from the teachers, we're going to hear from the experts, and they're going to decide. And we'll bring it back into the House here, and then we will have the proper math curriculum, we'll have the proper sex ed curriculum.